Can we start by green screening me a Tom Massey machine gun for the war on Christmas? I don't want to go into this unarmed. I'm Tommy Vietor. I used to work in the Obama White House, and today we're getting red-pilled by the war on Christmas.
Take the red pill.
And tonight, sad news, our very own beautiful 50-foot Fox News Christmas tree was destroyed early this morning by a suspected arsonist.
Could I just start by just stating that I'm anti-arson?
It's about Jesus, it's about Hanukkah, it is about everything.
It's about Hanukkah?
Torching Christmas trees is an attack on Christianity, obviously. It's an assault on religious observance. By current standards, destroying someone's religious symbol would be called a hate crime.
He's better at this than Sean Hannity. You know why? It just starts with the haircut.
80 years ago this week, they tried to extinguish the darkness at a place called Pearl Harbor.
Dude. Japan burned the tree?
We're going to build the tree. The tree will be back in no time. It is going to be beautiful and massive, and it is going to mean even more than it did before.
You can't rebuild a burned tree. You can put a new one back up.
Well, it was not a real tree.
Oh, it was a fake tree.
It was a fake tree. So they did actually show them putting iron under fake leaves. It was pretty wild.
Are you implying something about what can or can melt iron or steel beams? Is that where we're going with this? Because I got some thoughts. Most media organizations don't want to be the story. They want to report the news, not be the news. Fox News always wants to be the news. They always talk about themselves. They're always aggrieved. They're always the victim. It's always about them somehow and how they're standing up for their audience in some way. And I'm sure a lot of them were pretty bummed out about the tree getting burned. Are you 48 hours worth of programming bummed out? I don't think so. This is fun. Fox is fun.
In place of the universal Merry Christmas of my youth, in recent decades I have been wished happy holidays by every waiter and waitress in every...
Why are they all in Blue Man Group? What happened to these people? Is this Inside Out kind of bit? This is weird.
Every restaurant I have dined, by everyone who welcomes me at any business, and by just about everyone else.
I also don't like that I have his haircut in this drawing. That sucks for me.
The opponents of Merry Christmas and other uses of the word Christmas know exactly what they're doing. They're disingenuous when they dismiss defenders of Merry Christmas as fabricating some, quote, war on Christmas. Of course it's a war on Christmas. This inclusive...
Why did that guy have a machine gun? What side was he on? He was wearing a snowflake shirt. Did that make him a liberal?
Who exactly is being excluded?
I mean, isn't it kind of obvious who's being excluded from Christmas? Non-Christians?
Non-Christians? I'm a non-Christian. I'm a Jew. Christmas is not a...
So what are you doing here? Why are you leading this charge, buddy?
But I'm an American, and Christmas is a national holiday in my country. It is therefore my holiday, though not my holy day, as much as it is for my fellow Americans who are Christian.
Again, though, no one is stopping him from celebrating it. The fact that this very old Jewish man can continue to celebrate Christmas, that kind of speaks to the freedoms that we have in this country and the fact that the entire enterprise is not under assault, no? This guy.
What's up, Josh Feinstein here. You know, I think in the age of political correctness, we become so open-minded, our brains have literally fallen out of our head. Do you realize that Starbucks...
Is he doing Alex Jones impression? I got the documents. That's not very good. I gotta work on that.
Starbucks wanted to take Christ and Christmas off of their brand new cups. That's why they're just plain red. In fact, do you realize that...
All right, dude, there's a mermaid on the thing behind you. I mean, is Starbucks... Did they have Christ on their branding at some point that I'm not aware of?
In fact, do you realize that Starbucks isn't allowed to say Merry Christmas to customers? Well, I decided, instead of simply boycotting, well, why don't we just start a movement? So when I went in and I asked for my coffee, they asked for my name, and I told them my name is Merry Christmas.
Holy shit. What a loophole. This guy's really thinking.
And Starbucks, guess what? Just to offend you, I made sure to wear my Jesus Christ shirt into your store, and since you hate the Second Amendment, I even carried my gun.
Here we go. It's just a culture war. We're just fighting the latest culture war. They're all one culture war is the same as the rest. The genesis of the war on Christmas, there's a couple fathers of the war on Christmas. Some people point to a pamphlet released by Henry Ford in the 1920s. It was called The International Jew, the World's Foremost Problem. Yikes. Big time fucking yikes. Last Christmas, most people had a hard time finding Christmas cards that indicated in any way that Christmas commemorated someone's birth. Raw, uncut, unadulterated anti-Semitism. And then in the 1990s, a white nationalist named Peter Brimlow, who writes on a website called VDare, which is anti-immigrant, white nationalists, they publish race scientists, they publish anti-Semites. The founder of VDare, Peter Brimlow, takes credit for inventing the term war on Christmas in the late 90s. He specifically said that it was because America was becoming more diverse. Now, so the modern iteration of the war on Christmas is often attributed to my man, Bill O'Reilly.
Over the years, we've taken on the role of protecting the federal holiday of Christmas. As you know, there are some Americans who are offended.
Bill O'Reilly must think, motherfucker, Trump ran and won? I could have run anytime I wanted and been president.
By any reference to Jesus Christ. And that's what the USA celebrates on December 25th, the birth of the baby Jesus. President Grant signed the holiday into law after Congress passed legislation in 1870 acknowledging the country's Judeo-Christian tradition.
That is true. President Ulysses S. Grant did sort of create the modern version of Christmas. Historians I read suggest it was an effort to kind of try to bring together the North and the South after the Civil War. Interesting little bit of history.
And so, Americans officially got the day off from work. Now, everything was swell up until about 10 years ago when creeping secularism and pressure groups like the ACLU began attacking the Christmas holiday. They demanded the word Christmas be removed from advertising and public displays, and many people caved into that.
Bill O'Reilly is an insufferable douche. Google Bill O'Reilly and falafel. He's a terrible blowhard. One of the bigger mistakes we made in the Obama White House was agreeing to a Super Bowl halftime interview with Bill O'Reilly. I blame Dan Pfeiffer for this. Don't tell him. But yeah, not a great guy. Pretty terrible.
Those companies are not in the Christmas spirit. Kind of bad news for them because Donald Trump is on the case.
We're going to start saying Merry Christmas again. How about all those department stores? They have the bells, and they have the red walls, and they have the snow, but they don't have Merry Christmas. I think they're going to start putting up.
That's not enough for you? That doesn't tell the story? Like, you need it literally spelled out for you, man? You know those people who claim they can like find water with a divining rod? It's like a stick that supposedly is like, oh, it goes like that when there's a well that could be drilled. That's Trump for culture war issues. He can just sniff them out. He's a fucking truffle pig for culture war fights. And like, obviously this one wasn't hard to find. It's been on his TV for a decade at this point. But he knows when to latch onto them. He knows the power in them. And he knows that a part of this is just saying like, look, Obama won't say Merry Christmas because he's a radical Muslim and he's going to come for you and he's going to convert your family and he's going to take down this entire country. I, Donald Trump, godless heathen, patron saint of divorce, am the one who will save you.
And let's hit the last clip.
Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you.
Everyday Americans are standing up to thank President Trump.
Thank you so much,
for
sir.
making America great again.
Thank you for cutting my taxes.
Thank you for fixing our economy.
Thank you for keeping my family safe.
Thank you for putting America first.
Thank you for supporting Israel.
As veterans, thank you for reminding us to stand for our national anthem.
Thank you, President Trump.
Thank you, President Trump, for letting us say Merry Christmas again.
It's so bad to put a kid in a political ad. That's just brutal.
How triggered are you right now?
I'm so fucking triggered. I didn't think this was going to bother me, but it actually did. You guys succeeded. I am triggered. I'm deeply triggered. Thank you. The origins of the war on Christmas in America are deeply anti-Semitic. And the modern iteration from Bill O'Reilly was much more of a dog whistle. It was much more of an effort to say, we here at Fox News, we in the Republican Party are going to stand up and we're going to fight for Christians and we're going to fight back on change in all these different people, different religions, different races, different ethnicities. We're going to push back on them as they try to change the things we care about that are embodied by this tradition that is Christmas. That's why you got Megyn Kelly doing an aside to little children that Santa Claus is white.
And by the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa.
That's weird. That's weird stuff. Santa Claus is a fictional character. Santa Claus can look like however you want him to look like. The PragerU people are blue. You know, why are we saying that Santa is white? This makes no sense. They're all just pushing back on the feeling that the country is changing underneath the feet of this old, white, conservative audience that loves Fox News, that loves Trump, and loves the Republican Party. Thanks for joining us, everyone. That was awful. Please let us know what you want to get red-pilled by next, and Merry Christmas, everyone watching.